Hi there, this is Butch Gamboa for Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features electronic magazine. And here are some of this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall have the recently held SPMJ Forum centering on various issues on the road for motorcycle riders. Our road safety tip on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on what to do when one encounters a double solid yellow line road marking. This week's Payong Chuper shall be on the importance of wearing proper uniform of PUV drivers. Our car care tip this week spotlights the vehicle's proper tire pressure. On the public service segment, we'll have an MRT rider's complaint regarding the railway's overstaying fine. Showcase this week shall have on the spotlight the Ford Expedition 3.5L Limited Max AT. While for race weekend, we'll have the highlights of the recently held 2018 Philippine Autocross Championship Series Round 5 held at the Maykawayan Commercial Complex. All this plus the latest news on the country's transportation and traffic management on this week's Motoring Today.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Xpander.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Be comfortable when you're out of your comfort zone and embrace a wider world of adventure. BRV, rise above your limits.
The things that make my day. My mini-me, my kind of jam, my passion, my blend of coffee, my inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Welcome back. Motoring Today now starts with the latest news in transportation and traffic management. The DOTR LTO partnered with one of the country's major banks to make LTO transactions easier, faster, and more convenient for clients when it comes to the payment process.
The DOTR LTO recently signed a Memorandum of Agreement, or MOA, with the Bureau of Treasury and the Land Bank of the Philippines, or LBP, that expands the use of LBP online payment facility for LTO transactions in all its regional offices nationwide. During the MOA signing, LTO clients all over the country will soon be able to transact business and or pay their monetary obligations with the LTO using any of the web-based payment options being offered by LBP. LTO also reiterated that the online payment system eliminates several steps in the payment process, which will make it a lot faster, easier, and more convenient. More importantly, according to LTO, it makes the process less prone to error and the system will decrease opportunity for corruption. The agency added that the online payment portal will cater to new registration transactions, expanding the service of LBP to cover not only the NCR, but all LTO regional offices. Later on, the facility will cater to all LTO transactions.
LTO reported that the success of the use of the e-payment portal and the difference it has made at the LTO NCR has pushed the agency to expand online-based payment transactions. Continuing, the construction of the DOTR's terminal project that is envisioned to interconnect other modes of transportation in the metro is now near completion and is targeted to be operational by the end of the year.
In a report by the DOTR, the construction of the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, or the PITX, which is expected to decongest EDSA as it can keep around 1,000 provincial buses off the road, is already 96% done.
Basically, this will provide intermodal connection to provincial buses coming from Batangas, Cavite, yung Dasmariñas area, Kawit, Nasugbu, Batangas, Ternate. And this will provide rail connection, this will provide intercity bus connection to these passengers. This terminal will be provided with advanced systems, dispatching systems that are similar to what you have in airports. No? People can book their rides online. They have centralized ticketing. The terminal will be air-conditioned, Wi-Fi enabled, and with free drinks for everyone, free water, and it will have advanced features similar to what you have in airports. So that's what we have for the Parañaque Intermodal Terminal. What's being completed now is the tagging of the buses. The buses, provincial buses, will be equipped with RFID systems so that the system can track the buses, the whereabouts of the buses, and can schedule the arrival, the departure of the buses, so we can have an efficient land transportation system.
The department added that the project aims to provide seamless interconnectivity of the different modes of transportation from the neighboring provinces south of Metro Manila to ensure safe, convenient, and a hassle-free travel experience for the commuting public.
Once operational, the government is positive that through the PITX, not only the traffic flow in the metro will improve, but also the commuting experience of the public. Meanwhile, the DOTR has taken another step toward modernization as it continues with its commitment to improve the country's transportation system. This time, the department's focus is on ensuring road safety.
The DOTR has signed an order that authorizes the establishment of private motor vehicle testing centers across the country. Upon signing, the department stressed that they see the move as a big leap in terms of ensuring road safety. According to the DOTR, automated machines will check compliance to a 61-point checkup instead of doing manual checking.
If the DOTR's plans go right, and we hope they do, not only the transportation system in the country will improve, but also the quality of the vehicles and road safety will be more ensured. And finally, weeks following the launch of the dry run of the expanded high-occupancy vehicle traffic scheme, the Metro Manila Council has unanimously agreed to extend it. This is an effort to further encourage motorists to engage in carpooling as well as to convince the government of the importance of the scheme.
The Metro Manila Council has unanimously agreed to continue the dry run of the expanded HOV traffic scheme, as they are still waiting to discuss its effect with Congress during the Council's special session presided by the MMDA. The MMDA is set to hold a dialogue with Senate, members of the House of Representatives, and Malacanang to convince government officials of the importance of the scheme.
We will extend the dry run and test of the carpooling program ng MMDA subject to our presentation to the members of Congress and subject to the reports, no, and findings ng mga local governments along EDSA, the effects of carpooling in EDSA sa inner cities, no? So we will be awaiting that. Now, we have to continue our dry run so that we know kung ano pa ang further na findings ng MMDA at saka ng mga local government.
The MMDA, in coordination with 5 Metro Manila cities, San Juan, Mandaluyong, Pasig, Makati, and Taguig, will create a study from the test run to determine the impact of the scheme to EDSA's traffic flow. According to the MMDA, the government's Build, Build, Build program have several major infrastructure and mass transportation projects in the National Capital Region lined up a long-term answer to Metro Manila's traffic problems.
Ang ating long-term solution will be the infrastructure. Sabi nga natin, we're 40 years behind, no? This traffic, hindi po ito nag-exist last week o last month o last year. Ito po yung resulta, dekada na nang wala pong planning. And then, yung pagbili po ng bagong sasakyan, wala naman pong infrastruktura. So, ang sagot po dyan, infrastructure, which the government is doing right now through the Build, Build, Build program. And also, improving our mass transport, which the government also is doing right now, MRT7, LRT, and then the subway. But we cannot wait for 3 or 4 years for all these projects to be done, no? Na matapos, na wala tayong gagawin.
While there's no penalty imposed to violators during the dry run, the MMDA urges the motorists to cooperate and participate in the carpooling program. Those are the latest news in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. After the successful in-depth discussion on the PUV modernization program of the government during the first SPMJ Forum, this time the Society of Philippine Motoring Journalists, together with relevant officials from the transportation sectors, as well as representatives from motorcycle unit manufacturers, sat down for an important talk about the various issues that motorcycle riders are having on the road and how the government is responding to it. In this week's Motoring Forum, we start by hearing the side of the motorcycle riders.
We tackle first the issues and problems that are being faced by motorcycle riders on a daily basis, which were presented during the second SPMJ Forum held at the Seta Verdes North Hotel. The issues raised by motorcycle riders representative Mr. Jobert Bolanos of Riders of the Philippines and Motorcycle Rights Organization were mostly about rules, policies, and ordinances imposed that they find as anti-rider. Mr. Bolanos started his presentation by citing their issue on the regulation of helmet use. According to the representative, wearing a helmet has been proven to be the best way to remain safe while on the road, and that's why motorcycle riders have always complied with the Republic Act number 10054, which requires them to wear helmets.
What it gives us is a law that requires all motorcycle riders to wear a helmet. So this protects the helmet user or the motorcycle rider from a fatal accident. Kasi most fatal accidents are because of head injury. So the helmet has been proven, tried and tested over the years, not only in this country but in other countries as well. So this is a worldwide mandate to create a law to safeguard yung ulo ng mga riders.
However, Mr. Bolanos said that the issue comes with their observation and experiences that motorcycle riders are being told by traffic officials to remove their helmets while on the road, which is the opposite of what the law requires. According to him, this creates confusion among riders.
However, in the past years, since the promulgation of this law, what we experience is there are legislation from the local barangay ordinance to the city ordinance to the municipal ordinance to the provincial ordinance asking riders to remove their helmets in operation. So it contradicts national law. And that is where we face some problems.
Mr. Bolanos recalled the event in Vigan City, where its local government released an ordinance prohibiting riders to wear helmets for identity and crime prevention purposes. It was called out by the Department of Interior and Local Government, Mr. Catalino Cuy, with a memo citing that it's against the helmet law. However, it continued despite the memo by the DILG.
In a memo written by OIC Catalino Cuy, he reminded all the local government that we have a national law in place. But in spite his memo, we still see continuous ordinances being pushed that deprives the rider to protect his head. So, continuous pa ho. So, nagkakaroon ho ng banggaan from the national law and the local ordinances.
Still in the topic of laws, Mr. Bolanos continued his presentation by citing the different misinterpretation of laws. One of the major issues is the use of auxiliary lights in motorcycles. According to Mr. Bolanos, the use of LED light has become an issue, which led the Land Transportation Office to release a guideline on the proper use of these lights on motorcycles.
The laws pertains to right now is kapag nasa kalsada po kasi kami, medyo besides dun sa ORCR lisensya na chinecheck, we are also being checked with the components of the motorcycle. We don't contest that program because everybody has a responsibility to abide by the laws. And since LTO created a memo for the use of auxiliary lights, we follow that as much as we can and we teach others to follow it also.
However, Mr. Bolanos stressed that in the recent months, there has been an operational mandate wherein all auxiliary lights are being confiscated, which caused them several problems.
There has been a number of apprehensions wherein lights, blinkers have been confiscated. We understand that PD 96 pertains to the use of emergency lights and sirens. However, auxiliary lights, not all of them fall under this mandate. Meron ho tayong simple lights lang on and off which aid motorcycle user kapag napupunta siya sa madidilim na lugar. However, medyo napapatungan po yung iba on the road. Napapatungan sila ng violation ka ng PD 96, bawal ang LED. But PD 96 does not cover LED. It doesn't cover auxiliary lights.
According to Mr. Bolanos, the confiscation has been continuing, so they had to raise the problem to the National Police Commission. Another issue raised by the representative is about the regulation on passengers.
By law, carrying one passenger aside from the rider is not illegal. So every motorcycle can have two people riding at one given time. The rider and his passenger. Given na may upuan and may footpeg siya.
As Mr. Bolanos said, this was contradicted when the city released an ordinance about motorcycle passengers.
One, for example, is Taal, who put out a riding in tandem law. But Taal, thank God, pinayagan kami to argue the said law. And right now, this is not anymore in effect. What they do is, instead of apprehending people with backriders, what they do is if you have a backride, you're subject to verification.
In connection to this, Mr. Bolanos said that the anti-bike rider ordinance is being implemented in Mandaluyong City.
In Mandaluyong City, they started that ordinance. Actually, ito yung first, and we are still fighting this. In Mandaluyong, they criminalize people with passengers, male passengers. Ang pinapayagan lang dito is if the passenger is your son or your father, but if the passenger is your uncle, your lolo, your cousin, you are now considered in violation of that ordinance.
Mr. Bolanos said that as per the ordinance, the rider as well as the passenger is being ticketed with a fine of 1,000 pesos each. The representative stated that this is an issue for them because aside from the tickets and fines given to violators, motorcycle riders are being treated as criminals in Mandaluyong.
In Mandaluyong City, we are profiled as criminals. We are immediately scorned as a threat to society. Even if national law allows us to carry a passenger in Mandaluyong, we are criminalized. Why do I say criminalized? If you disregard an apprehension in Mandaluyong, you are sent a subpoena and you are charged in court. And after you are charged in court, you are then ordered by court. The court puts out a warrant of arrest and puts you in jail. And then in jail, things happen na hindi naman natin gusto. But again, the purpose of the law is to stop criminality. But when we did our research in Mandaluyong City, in terms of riding in tandem, that was the old term, crimes, the numbers did not change. Actually, the numbers even increased.
Continuing, Mr. Bolanos also highlighted their problem with the memorandum circulars for public transport.
On MC for Public Transport, we address this because of TNVS, Congress Bills RA 4136, the Tricycle Regulatory Board, LTFRB, and then the purpose is for commuters and then regulating standards. The modern methods right now, through app-based ride-hailing, it's the same with motorcycles. The only difference with this and habal-habal, ang habal-habal walang training ang rider. Ang habal-habal walang insurance ang rider. Pero yung app-based companies like GrabBike, Angkas, they all have that. They have training, they have screening, they have reporting methods. For example, I get reported for dangerous riding by my passenger. My app will automatically disconnect me from the server. So, I'm already punished. Government does not have this kind of system. But these app-based companies have. So we're promoting this because ang kailangan natin tulungan dito, hindi naman yung motorcycle riders. We have to help the commuters kasi sila ho yung nagki-carry ng burden ng traffic sa Pilipinas.
According to Mr. Bolanos, while helping the commuters cope up with the worsening traffic in the metro, it should also focus on professionalizing motorcycle riders.
Problema ang disiplina sa kalsada. Hindi lang naman ng motorcycle riders. All types of vehicles, problema ang disiplina. But how do we control the discipline problem of motorcycles? We turn them into professionals. And through this regulation, they are now professionalized. They become more responsible and more disciplined. That's the after effect. So that's what we hope to gain from that.
In other news, also one of the riders' concerns is about the media. Mr. Bolanos stated that they are being discriminated by the media.
In some places, there are media who hates motorcycles in such a way that they will write articles that influence road rage against motorcycle riders.
Mr. Bolanos said that what they're hoping from the media is to promote responsible journalism and not to put motorcycle riders on a bad light. To cap off the presentation, Mr. Bolanos presented their suggestions to the government on how they can both solve and improve the situation.
Our suggestions, we focus on road safety initiatives that we do. Eliminate anti-modification by properly creating a regulation for all. And then, of course, for the help of criminality, community crime watch programs rather than, forcing laws onto us that sacrifice our safety and sacrifice our rights as motorists.
That was Mr. Jobert Bolanos of Riders of the Philippines and Motorcycle Rights Organization, representing the side of motorcycle riders during the recently concluded second SPMJ Forum. Next week, we will hear the government side, represented by the Land Transportation Office and the PNP Highway Patrol Group, including a representative from the Motorcycle Development Program Participants Association Incorporated.
When thinking of your favorite car brands and models, which brands and models immediately come to mind? Could it be a fuel-efficient sedan for that everyday drive? A sleek and agile sports car? A rugged and versatile SUV? That roomy and comfortable MPV or van? Or that versatile go-anywhere pickup? Be a part of the 2018-2019 Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Vote for the brands and models that will become the 2018-2019 Autofocus Automobiles of the Year in the standard and premium luxury classes. Log on to www.autofocus.com.ph to vote every day until September 30, 2018 and get a chance to win prizes in the daily raffle. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose. You decide.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
Calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
Be comfortable when you're out of your comfort zone and embrace a wider world of adventure. BRV, rise above your limits.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you too.
So, why are you back?
I didn't want to miss you.
Be part of the 2018 to 2019 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to www.autofocus.com.ph/AFPCA 2018. Then, vote for as many as 5 different car models that you believe should become the 2018 to 2019 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard premium luxury categories. Vote every day until September 30, 2018. And get a chance to win prizes in the daily raffle. And the following major prizes in the grand raffle to be held right after the voting deadline. Third prize, Vivo Y53C. Second prize, Huawei Nova 2 Lite. Grand prize, Samsung J8. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who'll win? You choose. You decide. Vote now.
Continuing with motoring today, here once again is this week's series of valuable motoring tips. We start off with road safety reminders on the Young Street Smarts portion, courtesy of Toyota.
Hello everyone and welcome to Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts Club. This is brought to you through the courtesy of Toyota Motor Philippines and the Toyota Foundation. My name is Susie of Magic 89.9, muling magbibigay sa inyo ng simpleng tips on how to use our roads properly and safely. As seen on the animation, you should always keep right while plying on roads with double solid yellow lines or else maaari kang maaksidente. Kadalasang makikita ang double solid yellow line sa mga tulay at mga blind curves. If you are on a double solid yellow line, huwag mag-overtake or mag-counterflow. Stay on your lane to ensure safety. Until the next time here on Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts portion, where you can learn to be safe while on the road as a pedestrian, commuter, biker, or driver. This is Susie of Magic 89.9 reminding you to always be a safe and responsible road user.
Proper driver's demeanor, especially among drivers of public utility vehicles, is one of the major concerns we are addressing on our segment, Payong Tsuper, courtesy of Mitsubishi.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Ka Jojo Martin, isang kapwa niyo tsuper, maging maayos sa pananamit tuwing papasada.
Kung gusto nating makarami ng pasahero, gawin nating presentable ang ating mga sarili sa tuwing tayo ay magmamaneho. Ugaliing isuot ang uniform ng samahan na iyong kinabibilangan kapag papasada sa daan. Iwasang magsuot ng mga pambahay na damit katulad ng sando at tsinelas kung ayaw mong ang pasahero ang umiwas at magalit.
Tandaan, kapag maayos ang kasuotan, pasahero ay iyong kaibigan. Ito po si Ka Jojo Martin, payong tsuper lang kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa niyo tsuper.
We now move on to some proper maintenance and repair tips that can ensure our vehicles longer life and continued uninterrupted service. Here's another car care tip from Isuzu.
Ang gulong na masyadong malambot ay hindi kakapit ng tama sa daan at makararamdam ka ng parang mabigat na pagkabig ng iyong manibela. Ang gulong na masyado namang matigas ay reresulta sa matagtag o matigas na ride at ang pagkabig mo sa manibela ay masyado namang magaan o madali. Ang gulong na masyadong malambot ay mapupudpud agad sa gilid, habang ang gulong na masyadong matigas ay mapupudpud naman sa gitna. Dahil dito napapaaga ang pagpalit ng iyong gulong kahit pwede pa sanang gamitin kung sinundan lang ang recommended tire pressure. Kapag sinundan mo ang recommended tire pressure, mas matagal ang buhay ng iyong mga gulong at mapapakinabangan mo ang buong kapit nito sa daan. Paano nga ba sinusunod ang recommended tire pressure? Malalaman mo ang recommended tire pressure sa paghanap ng plaka nito sa gilid ng pintuan ng driver o kaya ay nakasulat sa iyong owner's manual. Kailan dapat magpabomba ng gulong? Hanggat maaari, magpa-check ng iyong tire pressure sa gasolinahan habang malamig pa ang mga gulong, gaya ng sa umaga kapag ikay papasok pa lang sa opisina. Karamihan ng mga gas station ay may tauhan para hindi mo na kailangan mismong bumaba at maglagay ng hangin. Pero kung nagkataon na ikaw ang kailangan magmano ng tire pump, iset mo lang ang recommended tire pressure. Idikit ang hose sa pito at hintayin ang bell ng pump na nagsisignal na tama na ang iyong tire pressure. Huwag nating kalimutan na kailangan din baguhin ang tire pressure kapag ikay magsasakay ng maraming pasahero o kagamitan. Ang recommended tire pressure sa ganoong sitwasyon ay malalaman din sa iyong owner's manual. Mahalagang alalahanin nito dahil ang gulong na hindi nadadagdagan ng hangin bago magkarga ng maraming bagay o tao ay mahihirapang isuporta ang bigat ng sasakyan. Kapag pinatagal ang pagtakbo nito ay maaaring sumabog ang gulong o kaya madagdagan ang pudpud.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Expander.
It's back! Participate in the only public poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. Vote for your favorite car makes and models in the 2018-2019 Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Log on to www.autofocus.com.ph to vote every day until September 30, 2018 and get a chance to win prizes in the daily raffle. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Which models do you think will become this year's Automobile of the Year in the standard and premium luxury class? You choose, you decide.
Be comfortable when you're out of your comfort zone and embrace a wider world of adventure. BRV, rise above your limits.
I'm gonna miss you.
I'll miss you too.
So, why are you back?
I didn't want to miss you.
Your weekly window to the world of business and guide to the good life can now be watched online. Just click on businessandleisure.ph and watch this week's show and other past episodes of Business and Leisure at your most convenient time of the day. Business and Leisure is now on the web. Watch it anytime.
Gotta go, guys. Nagpapasalamat si Besh.
Bash, miss you! Can't wait to see your new car.
Besh, parang may sumusunod sa akin.
Be comfortable when you're out of your comfort zone and embrace a wider world of adventure. BRV, rise above your limits.
Be part of the 2018-2019 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to www.autofocus.com.ph/AFPCA 2018. Then, vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2018-2019 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until September 30, 2018 and get a chance to win prizes in the daily raffle. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose. You decide. Vote now.
Motoring Today continues as we now give you the latest news and developments in the world of motorsports.
After 2 consecutive cancellations due to floods and inclement weather, rounds 8 and 9 of the 2018 Philippine Rallycross Series should now have been held this weekend at the Pradera Verde in Lubao, Pampanga. Heading into rounds 8 and 9, Giancarlo Pelayo tops the Group 1 leaderboard with 151 points, just 7 points clear of main rival Tiger Espino. Mondi Mapilis leads in Group 2 with 144 points, and in Group 3 with 150. The Mapilis' closest rival in both groups is John C. Reyes, who has amassed a total of 141 points in Group 2 and 133 points in Group 3. Reyes turned the tables on the Mapilis in the Group 4 competition, scoring 154 points. Second in Group 4 is Alex Gonzalez with 85 points. Carlos Anton looks unbeatable in the open class, topping all rounds held so far, and scoring a perfect 175 points. Igay Ortiz Luis heads the AWD class with 168 points after 7 rounds. Osamu Yamada tops the leaderboard in the UV class with 100. Organizers have announced that the 8th leg of the 2018 Race Motorsports Club National Slalom Series will be held at the Tarlac Circuit Hill on September 9. After 2 straight losses, Slalom King Milo Rivera of Petron Motorsports finally redeemed himself on top. Will he continue to be in shape and win the upcoming leg anew? That we will all find out weeks from now.
More motorsports and motoring today as we now usher in Race Weekend.
Race Weekend is brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology.
On Race Weekend, we'll have the recently held 2018 Philippine Autocross Championship Series Round 5, held in Maykawayan Commercial Complex. After a series of rained-out motorsports events, this one got lucky.
After cancelled race days due to heavy rains and flooded venue, the Round 5 of the Philippine Autocross Championship Series is underway. Let's go check it out. It's the 5th round of this year's exciting Philippine Autocross Championship Series. And again, rain was a factor early on race day, not as bad as the previous motorsports events though at the streetcar setup at the Maykawayan Commercial Complex. And this did not phase racers out to enjoy another full day of autocross action, as more than 80 entries registered to compete to the delight of autocross impresario and slalom legend Danny Santiago.
We have 85 entries as of today. Still waiting for some drivers to come. Hopefully, umabot sila.
For round 5, Danny Santiago set up a virtually similar course to that he designed for the start of the 2018 series at the same venue.
Well, our design now, today, was like the round 1. It's exactly the same as round 1's design. But I took out a little of the pylons and moved a little of the steel frames.
Early on, the slight tweaks seemed to be causing problems for some of the entries as the day's competition began, although the track damp and slippery from the rain may also be to blame.
Well, for me, the hardest part, as I have seen them, the hardest part is braking on the stretch coming from third gear, and then they have to brake and go down second gear, first gear. That's what I think is the hardest for them.
But some of the competitors welcomed the rains, including one of the usual contenders for the top 5 best overall times, Jeff Borja of Darkside Racing Team.
Actually, I expected the race not to push through because of the weather, but we were hoping it would push through because we like to race even in the rain. And this morning it was raining pretty consistently, but thankfully the rain went away. But actually, we were actually going faster in the rain than we are in the dry because our car is not that quick with the engine power. So I actually hoped it would rain so that I could get closer to the times of the faster cars, but it's okay.
Jeff Borja's time in the morning run served him in good stead as he still ended up 4th fastest overall, a 58.36, which he set in the experienced modified A class.
My run was very good in the morning because it was a little wet, so I guess some of the other drivers were playing a little more safe. Since I'm used to the car already, I was able to push it a little further and I was able to get a pretty good time. And then in the afternoon, they were getting quicker, but my time pretty much stayed the same. So, yeah.
As happened in the first 4 rounds of the season, the fight for who is fastest among the ladies in the competition was also tight. A tight fight that they also seemed to crave and enjoy.
It's not my first time, it's my 2 years. Actually, I think so, it's 2 years na. Then, yun nga, then kasama ko dito lagi ko yung sister ko na si Erx Manahan, one of female driver, the fastest female driver na sister ko. Ayun, then okay naman pagdating sa race. Then we enjoy this race.
Yung for today kasi, actually, yesterday galing pa akong work so wala talaga akong practice. Pero at least ngayon naging safe yung driving ko and then naging maganda, at least malinis siya. And then yung sa race track kasi, usually dito naman tayo nag-race. Yun nga lang, medyo basa yung daan kasi nga rainy days this season. Pero medyo nahirapan lang ako. Siyempre dun sa part na yun medyo may chicane. So from stretch and then chicane, kailangan ko mag-late brake para at least maganda pa rin yung momentum nung racing ko, yung pag-drive ko.
May Manahan of See Auto Performance ended her day 3rd in the ladies class behind Maykawayan Auto Club's Christine Torres in second, and her sister Ergs in first. What is making this year's autocross season all the more thrilling is the battle for supremacy between Carlos Anton of Mark Young Racing Team and Petron Motorsports' Milo Rivera. Both drivers have been in the thick of the fight for best overall time in all the rounds held so far. Heading into round 5, Anton was fastest overall in one round to Rivera's 3, although at every round they had to contend with the young phenom Inigo Anton.
Well, my first runs were really good and they were on pace, and I was able to also get overall best time until my dad took it away in the afternoon, of course. But my runs were pretty good, not really any mistakes, and I know I can improve more also.
It has been a busy and hectic motorsport season for Milo Rivera, who is now competing full-time in autocross while defending his slalom crown and participating in other various motorsports events. He is finding it tougher competing in his trusty carbureted Toyota Starlet against rivals with cars with more powerful and newer engines.
Well, expectation is, as always, just to gun for the win. We've had our challenges throughout the few months. With the 2 straight losses we had in slalom, we had to bounce back. We've been making major adjustments, and the races that have been passing were opportunities for us to adjust. That's why we had to come across some hurdles. So hopefully with it by today, or if not by the coming races, we'll be able to perfect the adjustments so that we'll be coming out on top once again. The hardest part of the track is obviously the main straight. We're going against cars that are more powerful, more new in terms of technology. As you can see, we probably have the only car out there that's carbureted, the only car that's a Starlet from the 80s. So the technology in itself compared to their cars is leaps and bounds ahead. So we're just trying to make the most of what we have, but that's part of the challenge, and that's what we like about it. So again, we'll see, and anything other than that is just all up to the driver.
Milo, however, stressed how his Starlet helped him and his racing career all throughout these years.
When I started with it, it gave me wins, it gave me success. So I think the best thing to do is to be thankful for it and just keep on gunning and gunning with it. So I love the car.
Carlos Anton apparently has made his mission to hone the potential of son Inigo to become one of the country's best homegrown racers. His experience and skill are serving him in good stead in this, but even better in his ability to teach by example, while also setting himself as a benchmark of sorts for his son to target and surpass.
Well, we expected everybody to be fast, and they are. But we also kept preparing since we had the extra time to do so. So it's the first time we're running the CRX, also running well in the autocross. So far it's doing okay. So that's basically how we prepared. My run was pretty good a while ago. It's pretty fast. So I'm happy I have the best time right now, but I'm sure everybody will still try to catch, including my son.
As the day wore on, Carlos Anton managed to defend his fastest overall time for the challenge of both Milo Rivera and his son Inigo. The elder Anton recorded a 52.13 time, just 0.13 of a second faster than Milo's 52.26. Inigo came in third fastest with a 53.11. By the way, the younger Anton is running away from all rivals in the novice class, amassing 5 straight top novice time rounds. After 5 rounds, only 6 points separate leader Milo Rivera from closest rival Carlos Anton in the championship point race, 44-38. Many are expecting the championship race to heat up further in the next round.
I'm inviting everyone to come and join or come and watch the 6th round of the Philippine Autocross that will be happening on September 30 at SM Santa Rosa. See you!
And that's our coverage of the 5th round of the 2018 Philippine Autocross Championship Series. I'm Ray Louis Gamboa. See you next week for more motorsports highlights.
That's the 2018 Philippine Autocross Championship Series, Round 5, held at the Mekawayan Commercial Complex. This week's feature on Race Weekend.
This week's feature on Race Weekend has been brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology.
Gotta go guys, nagpapatulog si Besh.
Bash, miss you! Can't wait to see your new car.
Besh, parang may sumusunod sa akin.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
When thinking of your favorite car brands and models, which brands and models immediately come to mind? Could it be a fuel-efficient sedan for that everyday drive? A sleek and agile sports car? A rugged and versatile SUV? That roomy and comfortable MPV or van? Or that versatile go-anywhere pickup? Be a part of the 2018 to 2019 Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Vote for the brands and models that will become the 2018 to 2019 Autofocus Automobiles of the Year in the Standard and Premium Luxury class. Log on to www.autofocus.com.ph to vote every day until September 30, 2018. And get a chance to win prizes in the daily raffle. And the following major prizes in the grand raffle to be held right after the voting deadline. Third prize, Vivo Y53C. Second prize, Huawei Nova 2 Lite. Grand prize, Samsung J8. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who'll win? You choose. You decide.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Be comfortable when you're out of your comfort zone and embrace a wider world of adventure. BRV, rise above your limits.
Be part of the 2018 to 2019 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to www.autofocus.com.ph/AFPCA 2018. Then, vote for as many as 5 different car models that you believe should become the 2018 to 2019 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate standard premium luxury categories. Vote every day until September 30, 2018. And get a chance to win prizes in the daily raffle. And the following major prizes in the grand raffle to be held right after the voting deadline. Third prize, Vivo Y53C. Second prize, Huawei Nova 2 Lite. Grand prize, Samsung J8. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who'll win? You choose. You decide. Vote now.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Honda Cars Philippines Inc. recently introduced the new 2018 HR-V updated with modern sporty styling cues and advanced technology features which aim to give customers a stylish, capable crossover with flexibility, utility, and convenience elements expected from a Honda. For 2018, the new HR-V will now have a new 1.8 RS Navi variant that will satisfy customers looking for an enhanced sporty compact SUV.
Tonight we launched a new Honda HR-V. We have two variants for new HR-V. One is eCVT, but at the same time we newly launched the RS version of HR-V. It is very stylish, sporty. Our customer can enjoy a lot about the driving new HR-V, I think. Especially it has good exterior design for front and rear design. And also we changed the front grille, front light, and the rear light. At the same time, we also changed the design of the wheel. So as such, you can enjoy a lot about the new design of the HR-V RS variant.
Powering the new HR-V is Honda's 1.8-liter SOHC-I VTEC engine that produces a maximum power of 142 PS and 17.5 kgm of torque. Mated to a continuously variable transmission developed based on Honda's Earth Dreams technology. According to Honda, the engine and transmission provide responsive performance, acceleration, and improved fuel efficiency.
HR-V はもともと持っている良さがあって、それはやはりこのユーティリティと、クーペというクーペのようなパーソナルな空間というものを持っているという良さがあります。
Thank you very much, customers. We are very pleased to launch new HR-V for the Philippine market. Please come and see our new HR-V in our dealership. Thank you very much.
Ford Philippines recently launched the new EcoSport Mini SUV at the SMX and SM Aura in Bonifacio Global City, and it was announced that it will be available in all dealerships nationwide starting August 29, 2018. According to Ford, the new EcoSport features enhancements in exterior and interior design, new upgraded smart and safety features and driver assist technology, and improvements in driving performance and fuel efficiency powered by a 1-liter EcoBoost engine, and the new and more powerful 1.5 twin independent variable camshaft timing engine, producing 125 and 123 horsepower respectively.
Tonight is a great event for us because Ford Philippines is launching a brand new redesigned EcoSport in the market right now. So we invite the customer to go to visit it. But it's an important vehicle for us because it's a segment in Philippines that is growing faster and faster because customers are looking more to a car side type of passenger car side size type of vehicle, and at the same time getting the high ground clearance of a SUV, which the EcoSport provides. It comes this year with a brand new powertrain engine with a 6-speed transmission coupled to a brand new 1-liter turbo engine or EcoBoost engine that delivers more power, more fun to drive, and a more fuel economy. So it combines both what we need to have and what the customer wants here. We launched that type of vehicle in 2014 here in Philippines, and we almost create the segment of that side of the mini SUV. We had 94% of the segment. Yes, believe it or not, we had 94% of the segment at that time. So we almost created that segment. And today, despite the fact that there's 10 competitors, strong competitor in that segment, we still lead it. In 2017, we finished at almost 50% of the segment. So that type of vehicle is exactly what the Filipinos customer needs and wants, and we're coming with a redesign of that, and with new feature and new powertrain to make it more fun to drive. So we're pretty proud of that.
The first batch of Nissan Terras have arrived in the Philippines. Launched in the country last May, and a test drive held on different terrains in Pampanga, the Nissan Terra is one of the most anticipated SUVs, especially in a market that receives 7-seat SUVs with arms wide open. According to Nissan Philippines, the initial batch of the Nissan Terra will consist of over 2,000 units and have already begun to arrive in the Philippines from Thailand, where the Terra was manufactured.
We have more about the local auto industry as we now give you our Car of the Week on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. In this week's Showcase, we have Ford's latest SUV, and is also one of the biggest nameplates in the market, the Expedition. Let's find out how this car has set the standard for its segment. Watch this. That was the Ford Expedition 3.5L Limited Max 4x4 AT variant, our featured car here on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
It's back! Participate in the only public poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. Vote for your favorite car makes and models in the 2018 to 2019 Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Log on to www.autofocus.com.ph to vote every day until September 30, 2018, and get a chance to win prizes in the daily raffle. And the following major prizes in the grand raffle to be held right after the voting deadline. Third prize, Vivo Y53C. Second prize, Huawei Nova 2 Lite. Grand prize, Samsung J8. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Which models do you think will become this year's Automobile of the Year in the Standard and Premium Luxury class? You choose, you decide.
Be comfortable when you're out of your comfort zone and embrace a wider world of adventure. BRV, rise above your limits.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Xpander.
The things that make my day. My mini-me. My kind of jam. My passion. My blend of coffee. My inspiration. That's all good with the all-new Vios. My Vios, my drive.
On the final stretch of motoring today, we have our public service segment courtesy of Honda Cars Philippines.
In our public service segment this week, we will spotlight a Facebook post of Miriam Cabiles that has gone viral because of negative reactions from a lot of her fellow MRT riders who are taking her side. According to her post, it usually takes her at least an hour before she can ride a train, but that morning was different. It took her an hour and a half. Arriving at the Cubao station at 7:15 a.m., she was able to get out of the train 2 hours later. Thinking that the worst is probably over, she tapped her bip card and it says, "Overstay, failed." She then approached one of the guards and she was told to line up at the cashier. To her surprise, she was asked to pay 28 pesos for overstaying in Cubao station. And that's when she found out that an MRT rider should leave a station within an hour to avoid getting charged. According to Ms. Cabiles, trains are overcrowded that only a person or two can ride at a time, and she was on the 15th. She also stressed that she was being charged for something she did not intentionally do. Next week, we will have the MRT3 management side on this allegation.
Motoring Today's public service segment this week, courtesy of Honda Cars Philippines. We'd like to urge once again the public to help us solve motoring problems in our midst by referring them to us so we can in turn bring them into the attention of involved authorities. Please refer to the screen regarding our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Until next week here in Motoring Today, now in its 32nd year of continuing service to the general motoring public, with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. I'm Butch Gamboa. Happy motoring!